What makes a person instantly unlikable? They interrupt others when they're speaking and change the subject to a topic of interest to them. Worse is the people who never stop talking to the point where the only way to get a word in is to interrupt them, and then they just talk louder over you. Fuck those people. That's cool and all, but I think we should talk about annual wages instead. I make over 200k a year and I'm only on the rise. Edgelords whose only weapon is stories that one-up someone else's story. Pizza cutter people. All edge, no point. Asking you a question, not listening to your answer. There's something really demoralizing about someone asking how you're doing and then interrupting you in the middle of your answer. Asshole. Failing to recognize or admit when they're wrong. Being a know-it-all. Constantly talking about themselves and how great they are. That's cool and all, but I would never do this. I am simply too humble and kind and amazing and smart that I would never act arrogantly. Then they say, oh, I'll stop talking about myself now. How about you? What do you think of me? I personally hate people who seem to have to one-up every story they hear. It only bothers me when they start telling lies. If you're telling a story of a related event that actually happened to you, then you're just trying to be part of the conversation. If I rode my bike 10 miles yesterday, and you rode it 20, and you can't tell me where, or anything about your bike, fuck off. I worked with a guy that was notorious for this. Didn't matter who was talking about what, he had a better, fill in the blank. If you told him you buy gas at 7 to 11, he buys his at 8 to 12. I would say a selfish and egocentric attitude, but I had a classmate in a group project we had that the others gravitated towards for some reason. Their followers, man. Knew one of these people at a former job, and people seemed confused when I didn't play along. Eventually, it was kinda fun to watch as other people caught onto the egocentric person's obnoxiousness. Buying too much toilet paper and sanitizer. Came here for the toilet paper comment and stayed for the sanitizer. If they complain about their life problems, but don't make an effort to change whatsoever, those people are eliminated from my life now. My ex was like that and it drove me crazy cause I can't stand listening to so much negativity. That's like everyone on this website though. People who don't even try to listen or get to know you. Like some of your friends introduce you to someone and you try to form a conversation with them and they ignore you and start to talk over you. Or when they give you the look. I find it baffling that some people just don't want to meet new people. Even the most introverted people I know always make an effort to get to know somebody they've just met. If somebody's just not interested in getting to know new people, I think they are just missing out. Faking depression, bipolar, anxiety etc. One-uppers. Animal abusers or people who think that animals are just objects and mistreat them. There's so many long stories behind each of these things. Would you be as kind to write out some of the stories? I used to use Tumblr a lot and it seemed like every blog I went on, people listed their mental illnesses in their bios like it was the most important interesting thing about them. Worst thing was when they listed 2 or more illnesses that can't coexist, or labeled themselves self-diagnosed DID or something like that. My shithead neighbor took a wine course and called a bottle of $21 wine brought over for dinner swill. Coming from somebody who is a big fan of wine, people like your neighbor are snobby assholes and give us all wine enthusiasts a bad name. That's just blatant disrespect. I would have gracefully taken my bottle of swill and went home. That is just such classless behavior. Especially from someone trying to demonstrate that they are cultured and a wine aficionado. The correct thing to do when someone brings a bottle of wine as a hostess gift is not only to graciously accept it, but you also open it and serve it. That's class. People that never stop talking. Just non-stop blah blah blah. Edit, I mean it more in the context of people who have nothing interesting to say, or talk about stuff that are wrong. Here's looking at you flat earthers. If someone has a great story or has genuinely interesting things to say, I'm all ears. Otherwise STFU and eat your damn soup. About themselves. Personally, I like listening to people talk. I wish people would speak an endless stream so I didn't have to talk. Arrogance. And the misconstrued idea that arrogance equals confidence, coupled with social pressure to be confident because it's the #1 quality women look for in men. Confidence does not have to be boisterously apparent, but guys that peacock arrogant confidence seem to have more success and are perceived better by peers. True story, I was once at a party with a partner and his mates. I said, "Can we play some other music?" And a friend said, "Zenchik, which one of us has a degree in music?" God, what an arrogant prick. People who treat waiters/waitresses like shit. The way people treat people they don't need to be polite to is a good indicator of them as a person. As is Reddit tradition. They ride a motorcycle with loud pipes. People who have loud vehicles whatsoever, whether it's a super loud engine or blaring music, it instantly makes me hate them. But loud pipers savlives, assholes who doesn't bother with a helmet, or proper riding gear, or paying attention to what they're doing. Probably different from everyone else, but anyone who feels the need to brag about their grades or what classes they take. I'd agree. I mean, there's a difference between saying you're happy you did well and bragging about stuff. I hate it when people act like they're better than me because of a specific course they take, especially when it's really similar to mine. There was this one kid who always bragged about his grades and would always put others down for their grades even if they were good. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.